If you build a personal brand and you become an authority on that subject, your business will become absolutely protected with your personal brand, meaning that no matter what happens in the economy, you can continue to generate business because of your reputation and because the authority that you've been able to accumulate. I would like to describe this as a long-term process that requires the 3 P's. Passion. If you don't have a passion, this is not going to work. Now, passion is going to be something that you feel that you will never run out of anxiousness or desire to talk about. Passion is something that I believe you want to talk about 24/7 or you want to be around 24/7. It doesn't matter what that subject is. If you're not passionate about it, long term, the whole personal brand process will not succeed. People get to feel your passion. This becomes very obvious when you think about one of the greatest content creators in this planet, one of the people that are out there capturing attention at scale, my client, Dr. Berg, he's very passionate about the body. He's very passionate about health, about educating people on how to take care of their bodies correctly. He says he has a saying that goes, it's not about lose weight to get healthy, it's about get healthy to lose weight. He's passionate about the subject. Are you building a personal brand around a subject that you're passionate about or around a subject that you want to build a business around? If the answer is you want to build a business around it and not just because you have a passion, then building a personal brand might not be for you. Patience. This is the next P. Why is this important? Because it can get really exasperating when you start posting on social media and you get 1 view or 7 views or maybe 200 views, or maybe you get like 4 followers a month. It can get really frustrating. So if you're not patient, this game might not be for you. The personal brand journey requires patience. It eventually pays off. It eventually snowballs. So you gotta have the patience to play that game. If you are not patient, you shouldn't even start. These 3 P's are requirements for you to be able to win in the personal brand building world. The 3rd P, persistence. Persistent means not giving up no matter what. You're gonna keep on going even though you feel inclined to give up, or you wanna go and do something else, or maybe you feel that it's not gonna be long-term solution, or whatever it is. Once you decide to go down the personal brand building journey, just gotta know that if you don't give up, if you're passionate, and if you have patience in the game, and if you don't give up, you will eventually win. It is absolutely a fact that you can win on whatever industry it is that you want to have a personal brand around. Something else to consider, the personal brand journey is not the correct journey for everybody. If you yourself don't feel like you're a good communicator, like if you don't feel comfortable in front of a camera, or if you have always been a person that's shy, that doesn't like to talk to many people, it might not be the right thing for you. There are exceptions to the rule. In an episode that I did several years ago with Dr. Berg, asking him questions about how he became a personal brand, he did tell me that he actually had to take fear of public speaking lessons. And he was able to overcome his fear of public speaking and getting on stages to be able to become the figure that he is today. So if you feel that you have the passion and the patience and that you can be somebody that's persistent on this particular journey, but you have a fear of speaking in public or getting attention or being on camera or getting on stages, well, then there's a way to resolve that. Even when you don't feel comfortable in front of a camera, you could eventually get comfortable. Just like shooting a basketball, you practice it and eventually you are able to get the ball in the hole of that basket. Same thing with getting that camera to make you feel comfortable. You can practice it and eventually get yourself there. If you build a personal brand and you become an authority on that subject, your business will become absolutely protected with your personal brand, meaning that no matter what happens in the economy, you can continue to generate business because of your reputation and because the authority that you've been able to accumulate. In the business and marketing world, we have Gary Vee. He built a company to hundreds of millions of dollars, a marketing agency servicing Fortune 500 companies now in all kinds of incredible businesses, just on the back of his content. Mary Forleo, she has something called the A to B classes and coaching and so on, teaching people about marketing and business. Grant Cardone, one of the greatest influencers in the business world, a friend of mine, somebody that has gathered millions of followers, over 20 million followers, I believe by now, just in the subject of business, marketing, and real estate. And he's been able to build a business that produces millions of dollars a year in profit for him and his family on the back of his personal brand. Alex Hormozi, he is absolutely crushing it in the game, and he's been able to do a massive, massive business on the back of his social media content and personal brand building by bringing in a lot of businesses that he can buy through his new business that he launched. They all have the same thing in common. They have attention. Being able to gather attention, being able to become stars in the social media game does not automatically equate to printing money, making money, and building a business. But it is absolutely a game changer when it comes to selling products and services when you do have attention. Case in point, Kylie Cosmetics, one of the fastest businesses to go from zero to billions in a year. It's an incredible story built on the back of a celebrity personal brand. I wanted to give variations of those examples so you can see how you don't only have to be a celebrity to be able to build that personal brand. You can be a regular person, a person that actually decided to use social media to get attention. Michelle of EM Cosmetics built a great personal brand. Steve Cam of Nerd Fitness on his personal brand, and he's been able to actually make a lot of money building that brand and his product brand. Mr. Beast, have you heard about that guy? Well, he needs no introduction. Billions of dollars. He's probably going to be the first ever YouTuber that's a billionaire. He's getting there. He's been able to build several brands, physical products, sponsorships, and a lot more on the back of his personal brand. Simple. This is what you got to do if you want to build a personal brand yourself. First step, ask yourself, do I really want to? Do you really want to do this? Is it something that you feel you can commit to doing long term? Talking to cameras, building an audience, getting attention, putting eyeballs on you. Is this natural? Answer a question for yourself. Is this something that you will feel comfortable with long term? Number 2, open a chat with AI. I am not kidding about this. In this particular era of opportunity, we have tools like ChatGPT that you can go and say something like this. Let me give you an example. Hey, I want to build a personal brand around the subject of being a mechanic, and I know how to fix any cars. Could you give me some advice as to how I can go about building my own personal brand? Let's make this a chat about you educating me and showing me and also giving me examples that tell me exactly what I can talk about, give me episode ideas and content ideas and so on. Can we get this started?
That sounds like a great idea, Manuel. Building a personal brand as a mechanic can help you reach a wider audience, share your expertise, and even create new business opportunities. Here's how we can get started. Define your brand. 1, niche and audience. Focus on what sets you apart. Are you targeting car enthusiasts, DIYers, or general car owners? Tailor your content to their needs. 2, brand personality. Be authentic and show your personality. Are you a no-nonsense,
You get the idea, right? Open a chat with AI. Make this one of your first things that you ever do in that particular subject. Reverse engineering competitors. What do I mean by that? That's step number 3, in sequence. So if I go to Google right here and I search for Meta Ad Library, the first link that shows up, this one over here, search the Meta Ad Library, opens up this incredible world of social media platforms, social media accounts, and what they're doing on the social media game. It includes Facebook and includes Instagram. And you can find what other influencers or what other personal brands are doing, not to help you plagiarize them, to help you get inspired. Number 4, make a long list of subjects. I used to ask my father, again, 2,700 episodes made over his lifetime. It's a lot of content. I used to ask him, Dad, would you ever run out of content? His answer was, son, when you have passion, the subject never ends. So make sure that you have a long list of subjects and find your preferred system for keeping notes. You can use notes on your iPhone or whatever Android note system you have, or you can use Google Docs, you name it. Just find a system that works and start adding notes in regards to what you want to cover with descriptions of any particular highlights that you want to cover on that particular content piece. Number 5, get your equipment set up. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. So you got to just get started and don't let it get you paralyzed. On your hands right now, on your pockets, or something that you're watching this video with, it's incredibly powerful. So use that to your advantage. The audio is great, the cameras are amazing, the visuals are great. You can get started with your phones to get your content going. Number 6, research your first subject. So you made a list on number 4 of all the content that you want to cover, all these ideas that you have. Well, research your first one. And now make an episode that you know from start to finish what you're going to cover. Like myself, before I started this episode, I already had this entire whiteboard prepared. You don't have to use a whiteboard, but whatever it is, know what you're going to do on that episode or on that content piece. What is your hook? How are you going to bring them in? How are you going to start giving that value? And how are you going to end that episode? You got to have that crystal clear from the beginning. And then number 7, very important, but believe it or not, it's happened before. People just don't hit record. Hit record. Number 8, determine your omnipresence strategy. What does that mean? Well, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's Snapchat, there's YouTube, there's Pinterest, you name it, podcasts. Determine your strategy. And I'm going to link up here a video for you to see my 9-figure strategy for a social media explosion. And then number 9, start posting. Once you determine your strategy, how much are you going to post and so on, how many posts you're going to do every single day, very important to post every single day and to post as many places as possible, then you get the posting started. Winners never quit and quitters never win.